What is going on, guys? Gary Jahman here, back at it again with a new video. Hope you're doing well, hope you're safe and happy. Today I'm diving into a long-term review of my base model M1 MacBook Air, and I've had this laptop since 2020 and it's been my daily driver for the past 4 years or so. So yeah, this little machine has helped me edit countless YouTube videos, including this one and even a bunch of wedding photos. We'll look at what's held up, what hasn't, and whether it's still a solid option in 2024. Plus, I'll share some thoughts on what my next upgrade might be. Let's get into it. Let's start with what I still love about this laptop, even years later. Apple packed in some impressive features that I think still hold up well. First off, the design. Even after 4 years, I have to say I still appreciate the sleekness of the M1 MacBook Air. Apple really went for that minimalistic, professional look, and it works. This is one of the lightest laptops I ever used, and I can throw it in the bag and hardly notice it's there. It doesn't feel heavy or bulky, just efficient. And you really appreciate that when you're traveling or working on the go. Now let's talk about that screen. Even in 2024, the M1 MacBook Air has a great display. The colors are vibrant, details are crisp, and it just makes everything look sharp. This was a big deal for me, especially because I do a lot of photo and video editing. Whether I'm working on wedding photos or videos for YouTube, I found that this screen is more than up to the task. The color accuracy is solid, which really helps me ensure that the final product looks the way I want. Now, I can't talk about the M1 MacBook Air without giving a nod to the M1 chip itself. This chip was groundbreaking in 2020 and it's still pretty impressive by today's standards. Apple managed to fit a lot of power into a fanless, ultra-portable laptop. I've done full video edits for YouTube on this machine, and while it may not be as fast as the newer M2 or M3, it's handled all my editing and productivity needs without the fuss. Battery life is another area where this MacBook Air shines. Even after years of daily use, it still holds up well. I can get through most of the day on a single charge, which is saying something for a laptop that has been with me this long. I'm not constantly searching for an outlet, which is a big win. Apple really nailed it with the efficiency of the M1 chip. And it shows here. It kind of feels like an advertisement up to this point, but it's not all sunshine and rainbows. The M1 MacBook Air does have limitations and they are starting to show up more noticeably now that we are in 2024. The big one for me is of course the 8 gigs of RAM. This was fine for a lot of things when I first got it, but now it's definitely a bottleneck. When I'm editing videos and have Chrome open with multiple tabs, I can feel the strain. Sometimes I had to start closing apps just to get things running smoothly again. And in today's world where everything from web browsers to editing software seems to be more RAM hungry, 8 gigs doesn't quite cut it like it used to. And then there's the port situation. The MacBook Air only has 2 USB-C ports, which means you'll probably need a few dongles if you're connecting external drives, SD card readers, or other accessories. For someone who does a lot of media work, this can get a bit inconvenient. There are workarounds, of course, but it's one of those things you notice more over time, especially if you're working with a lot of peripherals. Another thing to keep in mind is that the M1 MacBook Air is not upgradable. Once you pick the model, that's what you're sticking with. So the 8 gigs of RAM and the storage you choose are set. It's also got a fairly basic 720p camera, which is fine for most uses, but if you're doing a lot of video calls, it's nothing to write home about. So, with all that in mind, is the M1 MacBook Air still my ideal laptop in 2024? I'd say for many people, if not most people, it's still a fantastic choice. But my needs have grown a bit over the years. Since I'm doing more intensive editing and mostly working from home, I've been thinking about an upgrade that fits that workflow better. And right now, I'm really interested in the M4 Mac Mini. The M4 Mac Mini seems like a great option because it's affordable, it's powerful, and it fits my home setup perfectly. With a desktop, I can add a bigger monitor, which gives me more screen real estate for editing. Plus, the M4 Mac Mini has a lot more power, so it should handle video edits and multitasking without any issues. And since I don't need to take it with me everywhere, I can just leave it set up on my desk, ready to go whenever I need it. To wrap things up, guys, the M1 MacBook Air has been an incredible laptop. It's lightweight, it's reliable, and it's still very capable. For anyone who needs a laptop for basic to moderate tasks like writing, streaming, or light editing, it's still one of the best options out there. But for my needs, as I start to focus more on heavier projects, it's time for a change. The M1 MacBook Air will stick around for lighter tasks, but I think the M4 Mac Mini is going to be a great next step for my editing setup. Let me know in the comments if you're still using an M1 MacBook Air or if you're thinking about upgrading too. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. As always, stay safe, stay happy, good luck.